All right, today we're throwing you right into the deep end. We're going inside the Security Operations Center to see what it's really like to be on the digital front lines, defending a network from an attack.
So imagine this. The pressure is on. Alarms are blaring, a critical server just went dark, and you know the clock is ticking. What's your first move? What's your second?
Okay, let's get into it. For the next few minutes, you're not just watching a video, you are a Security Operations Center analyst. And this is your playbook. We're going to walk through a full-blown cyber attack, from the first alert to the final hunt.
So where do you start? Well, your day pretty much always begins right here in the watchtower. Your main job is to stare into this constant, overwhelming flood of data from the network and somehow find the one tiny little signal that actually matters.
And this is your command center, the SIEM. It's a mouthful, I know, Security, Information, and Event Management. Just think of it as the central nervous system for your entire network security. It pulls in data from literally everywhere, servers, firewalls, you name it, and puts it all on one screen so you can see the big picture. And this right here, this is your biggest challenge every single day, telling the difference between harmless noise and a genuine signal of an attack. You know, a single failed login, that's just noise, happens all the time. But the magic of a SIEM is that it finds patterns. So what about 3 failed logins, then a successful one from a brand new country, which then immediately tries to access a sensitive database? See, that's not noise, that's a signal, that's a problem. And just like that, it happens. A high-priority signal cuts right through all that noise. This is it. This is the moment you've been training for. An attack is happening. Right now. Your SIEM dashboard just lights up bright red, a high-severity alert, and the details, they give you a chill. On a key financial server, tons of critical files are all being encrypted at the same time. This has ransomware written all over it. Okay, first rule. Don't panic. You've got a playbook. You've got a calm, structured procedure based on the industry standard from NIST. That's the National Institute of Standards and Technology. This is how you bring order to the chaos. The NIST Incident Response Lifecycle gives you a 4-phase battle plan: preparation, detection and analysis, containment, eradication and recovery, and finally, post-incident activity. Let's walk through exactly how you use this to fight back. Now, here's something most people don't get. Your response doesn't actually start with the alert. No way. It started months ago, back in the preparation phase. This was all the work you did before the attack, getting your tools ready, documenting your plan, and training your team. You're ready because you prepared. All right, so now we're officially in phase 2, detection and analysis. The detection part was easy. That was the SIEM alert. Now you have to analyze, and you have to do it fast. How many systems are hit? Is it spreading? What are they encrypting? You quickly classify this as a high-severity incident, and the whole team springs into action. This brings us to the most critical part of phase 3, containment. Your number one goal right now? Stop the bleeding. You immediately go to your playbook and execute the first move. You isolate the infected server. You cut its network connection. Boom. You've just created a digital quarantine, stopping that ransomware dead in its tracks. With the threat boxed in, you move on to cleanup. First is eradication, and that doesn't just mean deleting the malware. It means finding the vulnerability the attacker used to get in and patching it for good. Then comes recovery. You restore all those encrypted files from clean backups, and only after you've double and triple checked everything do you bring the system back online. But wait, we're not done. Not even close. While the systems are being recovered, you gotta switch gears and put on your digital detective hat. You're standing in a crime scene, and you have to preserve the evidence. But how do you actually do that? I mean, a digital crime scene is incredibly fragile. One wrong move, even something as simple as rebooting the server, and poof, your most important clues could be gone forever. You do it by following a core forensic rule, the order of volatility. It's a simple idea, really. You have to grab the most temporary, most fragile data first, for the simple reason that it's the most likely to just disappear. And this table here is basically your cheat sheet. It lays out the hierarchy perfectly. You always start with the most volatile stuff, the data in the CPU registers and cache, which can change in a nanosecond. Then you grab what's in the computer's memory, the RAM, before anyone powers it off. From there, you work your way down the list to temporary files, hard drives, remote logs, and finally, the most stable stuff like backups. Following this order, it's non-negotiable in forensics. Okay, so the immediate fire is out. The server is being restored. But a great analyst knows the job isn't done. That ransomware attacker might be gone, or they might just be hiding somewhere else. It's time to go hunting. See, threat hunting is a totally different beast than what we just did. It's proactive. You don't sit around and wait for an alarm. As this quote says, you're actively searching for weird behaviors, for those hidden adversaries, before they have a chance to do any real damage. And this isn't just wandering around the network hoping to find something. No, it's a real process. A good hunt always starts with a hypothesis, a theory about what an attacker might be up to. Then you go dig up the data to prove or disprove it, deal with any threats you find, and, this is key, you feed what you learned back into the system to make your automated defenses better. So let's build a hypothesis right now. You're thinking, okay, that noisy ransomware attack, what if that was just a smokescreen? What if the attacker is still in here using a common tool like PowerShell to move around silently? And just like that, the hunt is on. You're not looking for a piece of malware anymore. You're looking for a behavior. So you dive into your SIEM, searching for any weird PowerShell scripts. You dig through your endpoint data, looking for suspicious commands. You're basically hunting for shadows in the data. And bingo, there it is, a tiny blip, a strange internal network connection tied to a suspicious script. You found them. Success. You get the response team back on it to kick them out. And just as importantly, you use what you found to build a new automated rule for the SIEM. The entire defense system just got a whole lot smarter, all because you went looking for trouble. The ransomware is gone. The hidden attacker has been ejected. But for a SOC analyst, the watch is never truly over. The immediate threat is gone, sure, but the hunt continues. So the final question isn't just for this scenario, it's for everyone. What shadows are hiding in your network?